Hi there, Sagittarius. This is your turn. Finally, I have a reading for the month of May for Sagittarius. And I'm going to go about it this way. Come one, come all into my room. The weather's fine. I have the Lenormand cards, and I'm going to put out a mini grand tableau. I've done this during the month of December for a projection for 2019. You could go back and look. And what I'll do is I'll put out 4 rows of 4 cards, and each position has a domain, and I'll talk about those first. And then I'll use and I'll talk about individual weeks as well. So let's see. I'll show you these in a second. Maybe I can move my camera. Hold on. Just wait. Don't go anywhere. All right, now, just let me get my bearings a moment. Let me see if I could show you this. Maybe I can get some in. There you go. Let me take a look and check here. Let's see. And then I have here. Okay, now. Just checking the positions. All right, so we have, remember the last reading, we had a reading about releasing. It was the full moon, and it was all about, it was a full moon. Hi there. There was a full moon spread, and we talked about the full moons as calling upon us to release. Or if we don't release, the universe makes us release, or there is a release in any case. So what I'm seeing here, and the possible beginnings and endings, the cycle of beginnings and endings, I see as money coming in because of the release that you effected, that you made during that full moon period. There is a money-making deal on the horizon. There's something concerning those of you, especially those of you who have their own businesses, and I see that as coming in. This is what I'm hearing about the releasing and closing and opening. It could involve you with a private venture, you with a hobby turning into a business. Then I have the area of surprises, and they are remaining a surprise. Unfortunately, they're positive surprises. The book is open here, but what it really means is a closed book. I can't give you more information. I would like to try. Let me see if I can get it from the bottom of the deck. Yeah, something about fidelity. Well, I can't get any more than that. So we'll see, Sagittarius, what that means. Then I have an area of the spread that talks about definite endings, and it has to do with a female figure. It could be a female figure that not necessarily is your partner. It could be a friend. It could be somebody in your family, friends, in your circle. And it has to do with something that either a decision that they make, or a decision that you make. But there's an ending for a positive reason, I see. And right next to that, it's very interesting because I have the male and female right next to each other. And I see a lot of talk about that, a lot of talk about the fact that there will be an ending, there will be there will be an important change. And also, this male here has to do with communication related to the female. It has to do also with sexual activity, physical activity with you. May, coming up. All right, then we have the area of the spread that talks about your livelihood. And I see you as spending a lot of time around the home, the physical area of your home, as if you were working from home or deciding to work from home. Then I have the area that has to do with your sense of security. And your sense of security is related to institutions. Institutions could be banks, schools, universities, municipalities, could be hospitals as well during the month of May. Then we have an area of concern that has to deal with clarity, with anything to do with transparency. And I see that could be an issue for you. There are many things that don't come to light, things that are hidden from view. But this is also an area that talks about a spiritual challenge. And it is a spiritual challenge. And I see you, Sagittarians, as having this challenge come to you in the month of May, as if, many of you might ask yourself, is there more? Is there more? There must be a reason that these things are happening to me. There must be a reason why I'm doing this. I sense that I have to do something. Then we have an area that has to do with anything that sees you going back to a place that you used to call home. I see you traveling there, a place that used to be part of your childhood, a place that, even if it involves friends, you will be traveling to see friends that were once important, that you used to, they used to be part of your tribe. Now, another thing is everything to do with public life. And I see that as, I'm throwing it out there. This is an engagement. So I can't imagine that 100% of you Sagittarians out there are going to get engaged. But I see a good 60% are going to be thinking about that. That's on the brain, and that talk is going to be around that in the month of May. Then we have challenges. And I see that your greatest challenge in the month of May has to do with your sense of security. And it will be easily solved because you remember the first house, we talked about an exchange of endings and beginnings, and you make a decision that will impact positively on your sense of security in economic terms. Then there is an area that talks about decision-making processes, and I have the coffin there, and it talks about a decision that you have to make to end something. And that is going to be incumbent upon you in the month of May to take. Then there's an area of that I like to call nuisances, which could be, I always use the example of a leaky faucet, nuisances, problems that you have to call somebody. You just don't know how to remedy it. But I've got the scythe there, and what does the scythe do? It cuts through all of those nuisances, so you can be assured that in the month of May, nothing like that for you. Then we have the areas of, remember I said the surprises, and that was something that you couldn't find out about, but then we found out that it had to do with some friends or fidelity. Here, which is the house of a surprise, of secrets, really, of things that are unknown to you. It has to do with a return. This is a stork, or it has to do with a pregnancy, actually. Then, and that you will be finding out about. Then we have matters of written communication, and written communication will evolve around the notion of work. And I have to say that there will be contracts to be signed. There will be documents that you have to read the fine print, and you'll have to go over them and perhaps even make a counter offer. But that will only happen in writing, the actual signing of the documents. And there are gentleman agreements, but this is not of that kind. You can have a gentleman agreement, but you do sign the dotted line in May. Then we have matters, the area of the spread that concerns a male figure, a male person, a man, or the male side to you. And I'm seeing love here. This is the moon. It represents love. And, this is very clear to me, Sagittarius, that there is a man that will be coming to you. Now, I'm talking to the ladies there because there is also an area destined to females. But what do we have? Very interestingly, the female house that talks about the female side to you. You're a woman. I have the key. And so both of these figures, both the male and the female, are there. So Sagittarian, love is entering your life. Love is entering your life literally. and this could be your awakening. It could be a process where you are partnered. Let's say you are partnered, but you get a wake-up call and you realize suddenly that either the person next to you is something so great that you didn't realize until that time, or there literally will be another person crossing your path. Very interesting. And I'm just the messenger, all right? Don't kill the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Or I'm only the piano, don't shoot the piano player, as Elton John used to say. Now, the first week, there are 31 days in May, and so I'll talk in terms of 7 or 8 days. So the first 7 or 8 days, or I'll call it the first week, I see money coming in. I see this notion of friendship is coming to the fore that will be a surprise for you, a welcome surprise. Then also both a man and a female coming your way. It could be a male who is important to you, or a female who is important to you in whatever realm possible. Could be work, could be family, could be friends. They are coming to you. This is the first week. And the second week, now this is a really important week. With other zodiac signs, I saw it was the second and third week that were the most important. This seems like a very important week to you, for me, to in your respect, in your regard. Now the second week, I see that there are issues that are a little more challenging that have to do with matters surrounding the home and matters of you traveling. Now, you may be planning a trip, and there are details that are just giving you trouble that you have to, contend with, or that you haven't got right. You made flight plans, but it's the wrong date or something. So there are issues there that you need to be have your attention, and questions evolving around the house. There may be a partner who wants, you've been living with for so long time, and they've been bugging you. They've been saying, it's time we get married, legally married, because of this, there's through the children, there's this and that, so these are issues that will be, coming in the second week. The third week, I see here that we saw that there was, this engagement, okay, but I do see it's also a bond, a strong bond that speaks of security for you, but that also means for you to make a conscious decision, be consciously aware of a decision to make that will close a door from the past. And then we have the fourth week. Now the fourth week is quite interesting, because the fourth week, and so it looks like for me that the first week and the first 7 or 8 days and the last 7 or 8 days of the month are the most important. Last period in May sees you literally having this great sense of groundedness, feeling at one wherever you go, wherever you put your hat, you have this feeling of home. And not only that, because there's love in your life, and love in your life in the month of May is the most important aspects. The love in your life is paramount. The love period in your life is paramount. Now I'm going to take these cards up, the Lenormand spread, the mini grand tableau, and then take a deck that is this really beautiful deck. We've seen it before on my channel. It's the Happy Tarot, the Happy Tarot, and lovely, a really cute deck. And it's a deck that is different from the meanings of the Rider-Waite. It's not a universal type of tarot, but we'll go through that. And what am I going to do? So that was for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And these are cards that I'm going to be putting out, one for each sign of the zodiac and in relation to you in the month of May. Obviously, it's a general reading, and you don't have many people, all of these people in your life, perhaps, as I do. I always use the example of a Gemini. I don't have a Gemini in my life, not that I know of, and so it wouldn't be relevant to me. But you just take what's relevant to you and just leave the rest aside. So let's see what we have here. We've got the Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo and Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarian, other Sagittarians or you yourself, then Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Now, how now, brown cow? We've got the Four of Swords. Okay, the the Aries who tells you hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait. Right, they're going to tell you hold your horses, Sagittarius. They're going to invite you to take a little more time in doing the things that you're doing, or wait to do something. And you may want to listen to them. Taurus. Taurus is represented by the World card here. Now, granted, remember that these are cards that represent these persons in relation to you for the month. So anything I say about these signs only relates in relation to you during the month of May. This Taurus person is a person who will want to travel with you. It's a person who will want to take you around, literally around, to show you, you did this at that point, then you did this, then that. Don't you think we have to go back? And we'll bring you back to square one and say, don't you think that was the best decision you ever made? So this is a person who has your best interests in mind and will also want to help you. If you have time, you may want to take heed of their suggestions. Then we have the Gemini. Gemini here, Geminis are represented by the Seven of Cups. Look at that. There is that embarrassment of choice. Which ones do I eat first? This is a person who will offer you many different things on a platter. They will be giving you tons of different suggestions, and they may themselves be a bit confused and a little bit off. So you may want to either steer clear of them or pick and choose between what they're offering. Then we have this Cancer person, and the Cancer person is represented by the Sun. Look at that, by the Sun. And, it's interesting to see that, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it is the stars. There are the stars there. This is the stars. I'm looking at it. It can't be the sun. It can't be the sun. It's the stars. And what does that mean for us? What's the difference between the stars and the sun? Well, the stars in relation to a Cancer, the stars are telling you that this is a person. It could be, I'm seeing it as an older person, and this is a person who can offer you guidance. This is a person who, it could also be a therapist that you go to, and they are able in a position of being able to steer you in the right direction, using your own ingredients, making you talk and telling you in relation to what they hear and know about you, what is the best route for you. Then we have the Leo person, and the Leo person is the I love these cards, the Temperance card. The Temperance card and the Leo card. The Leo person here is telling you, look, Sagittarius, I know that you're busy. I know that you have all of these plans, and I know that. But like the Aries, they will say to you, take your time and do things slowly with much care, and put a little bit of, a dice of a little pinch of love, a little pinch of your thoughts, something more careful in the way you do things. They're going to ask you to take care in what you do. And here too, you might want to heed that advice. Then we have the Virgo person that's potentially in your life. And I've got here the Nine of Cups. Oh, wow. You take this Virgo person, you put them in very close to you, very close to you, keep them to you. This is a person who will help you get whatever you need. One, it also means that it's a person who probably is the most important person for you during the month of May. But it's also a person who will open doors for you, and they'll put you into contact. They may be a PR person. They may be a person, a human resources person, and that you go to and say in the big company and say, I feel that I could do something. My energies could be, and my expertise can be spent better elsewhere. What do you have anything coming up? And they'll actually put you, give you the key to what you're looking for. Very interesting person that is. very pertinent for you. And then we have this Libra person that may be in your life, and I'm seeing here, this is the Death card. And when that comes out, there it's like a festival, you can see. I'm going to take something from the bottom of the deck, a card from the bottom of the deck, and I have the Five of Coins, the Five of Cups, the Five of Cups. Now, this is an opportunity, a missed opportunity that the Libran has experienced. And unfortunately, they want to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk about it to you. And you have your head in all different, projects that you have, and you just may not have time to them. Listen, make believe you're listening, because they need someone to listen. Then we have a Scorpio who could be in your life, and this is the Five of Wands. This is a funny kind of person for you. This is a person who wants to joke and play and make you waste time. Yes, make you waste time. But they're funny and they make you laugh. And so since they do make you laugh, just, listen and have a good laugh. Then a Sagittarian, another fellow Sagittarian, if you have one in your life, or you yourself, the Ace of Cups. How lovely is that? If I could superficially say, look, you're going to have a Sagittarian right in your life. They're walking right across your path and you will fall in love. That's a little bit superficial for me. And I would think that this means that this person is offering you something, a fellow Sagittarian. If it relates to you, it is a moment of spiritual reckoning for you. And we saw that already in the mini grand tableau with the Lenormand cards. This is a moment of spiritual reckoning, and you asking yourself, what does it mean for me to be good to myself? What does it mean for me to love myself unconditionally? What does it mean for me to love, period? All these questions are going to be coming up. Then we have the Capricorn, and the Capricorn card is represented by the Magician. Whoa, the Magician, just like that Virgo Nine of Cups. Take that, put it in your pocket, and bring it, not only for a rainy day. Don't take it out on a day, take it out every single day. This is a person who has all the keys to your success, all the keys to any questions that you ask. This Capricorn, and I'm seeing it more in relation to your workplace and your interests concerning your livelihood and your business, if you have a business, career, profession. I'm seeing this as a person who can tell you exactly what you need to know in terms of being more successful than you already are. Sagittarius, you are successful. Then we have the Aquarius potentially in your life, and I have here the Eight of Coins. A busy bee, this Aquarian, a busy bee. This is a co-worker. I see this is more as a co-worker, or if it is a friend or a mate or a relative, I see them as very, very busy with what they're doing. You may not even see them in the month of May, so that is the reason. Remember that. Then we have the Pisces card here. The Pisces is roaring, rip-roaring. We have the Strength card. This is a person who is acting like a fire sign, and the Pisces is coming into their own. They're, very proud, and they're very, they do speak to you from a position of strength. They will be acting from a position of strength. You can go to them knowing that they have power, and they will wield their power when you need them to do that. And potentially, this is the type of person you want on your side, not against you. Well, Sagittarian, I hope that this was of help to you in some way. And do like and share my videos. Maybe other people can like them too. I would really appreciate that. And subscribe. Subscribe, I would appreciate that. Namaste. Until we read together again. The people in my room, I'm going to answer now questions. I'm going to come to you. And I'll be back. Namaste. Very soon, maybe 7 or 8 days, 8, 9 days, there will be the moon, the new moon. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.